Happy Mother's Day, damn it. This is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. How's everybody doing out there? Did you take care of your moms today? I'll tell you what, I had a nice Mother's Day with my mother and my family. And I actually ended up talking about cryptocurrencies with my mom for over an hour. And, my family is nowhere near as interested in cryptocurrencies as me. I think that's fair to say. But my mom was pretty excited and thrilled about what's been going on with her crypto portfolio of late. I will say that. She checks in from time to time, maybe a little bit more frequently now because it admittedly is getting more exciting now. So hope you've had a nice time with your family. Did you guys talk about crypto if you got together with others? We sure as hell did. But, as far as where things are going today, it's actually quite incredible to see what's unfolding, even today, frankly. XRP, according to many analysts, I follow all sorts of analysts on a daily basis. So many of them say, oh yeah, XRP is primed to rocket. And then you've got multiple coins today hitting all-time highs. So I'll be talking about that as well because, look, you have to understand this. Like, the whole market, last market cycle, and I'm sorry if you've heard me say this before, but there's so many new people, you need to be aware of this. Last market cycle, every single cryptocurrency that's a mid and large cap coin, and probably most small coins, I didn't check all the small ones, but definitely every single mid and large cap coin went crazy. It went parabolic on the charts. Structurally, like the chart formations looked pretty much the same. From crypto to crypto, they all look the damn same. Everything popped off because this asset class is in its nascency. It's a clear indicator people are not sufficiently parsing out the differences between cryptocurrencies when choosing to purchase them. It's just everything goes at some point. Now, it's not all at the exact same time, but everything went last market cycle. And we're seeing that same human behavior this market cycle. Everything's been popping. It's starting to pop off. You're really seeing that. And the best, I say, still, is yet to come. I firmly believe that XRP will be a part of that. And so I wanted to share with you, we're at the very early stages, I would argue, of seeing this type of activity. And to be clear also, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos purely as a hobby. It's just for fun, about Ripple and XRP and crypto, but there's nothing special about me or anything like that. I don't want somebody to think I'm some sort of guru because I'm on the internet and I got the YouTubes. No. I'm just a dude. That's it. Excuse me. But I do very much appreciate all this support. Now, as I record this, XRP is at $1.63. Bitcoin is at $59,306. Market cap for the asset class, $2.56 trillion. And you continue to see here Bitcoin dominance sliding to 43.19%, which is what you want to see. Because mind you, like Bitcoin's mostly been trading sideways for how long has it been? A month or two? I don't know. The days blur together. So there's the month chart. So here's the 90-day chart now. Mostly sideways price action, right? I mean, you could say down here it got down to what, like 43,000, fine. But for the most part, even if you like the last 90 days, it's mostly been trading sideways here. And so you see the dominance go down. It's not like there's anything horrific happening with Bitcoin. It's that the alts are taking off, which is what you'd expect. If you think about previous market cycles, well, what did we see happen? Some altcoins took off and hit their all-time highs for the cycle before Bitcoin hit its all-time high. And then there were some that took off after Bitcoin hit its all-time high, and then they hit theirs. And XRP tends to lag behind, so if that ends up being the case here, so be it. I have no beef with that. I've got a bunch of different cryptocurrencies to keep me busy in the meantime anyway, so I personally don't mind seeing that one bit. But what has been popping off? My gosh, well, today, Ethereum hit a new all-time high of $4,081. Actually, it just hit it. If you saw that, it just hit it, like, as I'm recording this. $4,081. For a frame of reference, it is, what the hell time is it? 11:38 p.m., Sunday the 9th. And I am in the Midwest of the United States, so that is Central Standard Time. 11:38 p.m. Just hit another new all-time high for Ethereum, 4,080. And I suspect that this thing is not done. I follow a ton of different handles, like I keep saying, and so many of them, and it sounds less crazy the higher the price gets, go figure, right? 10,000 doesn't sound so nuts now, but there are people calling for that price in the bottom of the bear market, and if you said that back then, you were in Looney Tunes land. That's not that I thought that, but there are all sorts of people that thought that, and so Now it doesn't sound as crazy. I don't make price predictions, and I don't know for sure if it's going to hit, but I would love that, because last market cycle, Ethereum and XRP, they hit their all-time highs at different points during the cycle, but each of their all-time highs was about the same in terms of market cap, somewhere in the neighborhood of something like 180 billion, something like that. So if they match each other again, I'll tell you what, if Ethereum goes to $10,000, that would mean that XRP would be somewhere in the neighborhood of $25. Would not mind seeing that one little baby boo bit. So hopefully it's actually going to be coming down the pike here. But this is largely dependent on Bitcoin. And knowing that's the case, that's why it's so exciting to see so many of these cryptocurrencies go as high as they have. And I've got the comments from an analyst I'm going to share with you. And it's not just Ethereum. Here's Litecoin. It hit its all-time high today, $413. This is, and look, I don't suspect that Litecoin's necessarily done either. We shall see here. But damn, $413. And it's always astonishing, too. It's fun to think about all these coins popping off, and the vast majority of them do nothing. I know, it sounds like a made-up weird thing. Like, this is how humans are behaving, guys, okay? But, sometimes when like humans are irrational like this, I just want to say this is why we can't have nice things. But as a result of this, I think this is why we will be able to have nice things, because there's so much opportunity thanks to all of the extreme volatility that we're seeing here. And so here's a tweet from Leb Crypto talking about, chart analyst Leb Crypto talking about Bitcoin. And he wrote, "Still very bullish." And this was this afternoon, by the way, about 8 or 9 hours ago. He wrote, "Brace yourselves for $70,000 pending breakout." And again, as I record this, 59,000 and something dollars. That's the Bitcoin price right now. So he says, brace yourselves for $70,000 pending breakout. Time for the king Bitcoin to regain some market dominance and alts to take a breather. Most Bitcoin pairs will bleed. United States dollar pairs should be all right, but Bitcoin expected to outperform. And then he states here that his expectation is invalidated if Bitcoin closes below $55,000. But if it doesn't, yeah, his expectation is we're going to be seeing $70,000 Bitcoin in short order. And so even if we do see alts bleed, like, you just need to be aware of this stuff here, because I think that can help you manage your own emotions. Because I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell or hold. No financial advice here, but I do think that making financial decisions based on emotion is a terrible idea. So if you're going to make your own adult-informed decision, maybe try to remove the emotion from that. And if you're aware that the stuff that you put your hard-earned money into, these crypto assets, if you're aware that if Bitcoin goes up, that it might make logical sense, at least this chart analyst Love Crypto and others believe this as well, if you're aware that it might mean some of the altcoins you hold might go down a bit, maybe a lot a bit, might that make it a little bit easier of a pill to swallow? For me, the answer is just like the more knowledge, the better, because when people feel scared, to me it makes sense to feel scared if something bad is happening and you have no clue why it's happening. And so for me, understanding how markets work and how it's all just human psychology, this and that, I just have to be aware of how the humans behave. And as long as they keep behaving as I'd expect them to, I'm not concerned. I sleep easy at night. But yeah, if I didn't have the knowledge necessary to make me feel that way, I would be having an emotional hard time too. But I'm emotionally bulletproof to all this stuff. I've been in this space 3.5 years, and it took a little bit. But eventually, yeah, I got to a point where I was like, yeah, the sways, they do not scare me, not one bit. I can get excited when things pop, but when things go to the downside, I'm like, okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It functionally doesn't matter. Now, in XRP, here's what Leb Crypto had to say. He wrote, here we go. "Reaction has been much weaker than I had expected off the $1.40 levels. Alts not looking great against Bitcoin. Rising wedge and parallel channel lost. If XRP can't reclaim $1.60 level over the coming couple of days, then the risk increases of further downside towards orange zone. The orange zone on his chart here looks like it would put XRP somewhere between $1.10 and $1.20. So he's not saying that is going to happen. He's saying if that $1.60 level isn't held over the next couple of days, then there's a chance you might see that. And so, if that happens, is Moon Lambo going to be crying and panicking and having a bad day? No. I've been holding XRP since November of 2017. I've never sold one single XRP because my bet is either XRP is going to be worth substantially more than its previous all-time high or it's not. We haven't even hit the all-time high. And I know the market moves in tandem. Why would I be freaking out? That doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And so me personally, no, I'm not going to be freaking out in the least. Think about all the volatility that's happened over the last 3.5 years, and I literally didn't sell. If this happens, you think I'm going to freak out? Hell no. It's just going to be another day that ends with the letter Y, and that is it. And then there was no. Let me move to the next. Yeah, here we go. I want to share this from. I got a few tweets from the blockchain backer, and given that it was Mother's Day, he did not put out any content. But he did share some thoughts on Twitter, and I want to share some of this with you. And here's what he wrote this morning. I only own 35% of my original Bitcoin investment, but I'm massively cheering for a new all-time high for Bitcoin. Even if alts suffer momentarily during that push-up, it's fine. So let me pause there. Doesn't it sound kind of in line with what Lub Crypto is stating? It's a recognition that if Bitcoin goes up, which it very well may, you might see some alts bleeding. Like, I'm just telling you, I've seen a number of analysts state things along those lines today, and I'm highlighting 2 or 3 in this video. I might have one more. I don't know if I pulled it up. I think I did. But either way, just know that there's multiple analysts that are sharing this perspective. And then Blockchain Backer wrote, we can reset the ABC wave counts in that scenario, and that improves odds for extended alt season. Right? And so he'd been saying recently that if we actually do see Bitcoin crash down at this point, that might be an indication that we're starting to reach the end of the bull cycle. And not that he thinks necessarily that's what's likely or that's what's actually happening. He's just saying if that actually unfolded, that might be an indication we're closer to the end than some people think. But if we see a movement to the upside, he thinks that would extend the alt season. And I don't know, as far as how long, I'm not sure, but much later into the year. And I would love that. I want Bitcoin to go as high as freaking possible, because that just means XRP and everything else is going to go that much higher when each of those individual coins pop. That's what I think anyway. And then here's another tweet from Blockchain Backer. In 2017, Litecoin went on a melt your face style bull run ending. On Coinbase, it reached up to $421. This was unique, as it never got that high on other exchanges. I remember this chaos clearly. Everywhere else, the top was $370 to $383, which means Litecoin is fighting all-time high now. And so he tweeted that at 1:51 p.m., and since then it did go ahead and break above it. But it's worth noting, with every single cryptocurrency, there are holders that get super duper impatient, and then they bail out of their positions, not based on logic or data, anything like that. It's because my coin's not going up high in price, and I want a coin that's worth more now. That's effectively the type of stuff that happens here. And so if you look over the last 12 months, here's the Litecoin chart, and this is going to be true of every crypto, I believe. I mean, look at this. So if you go back to like a year ago, you're looking at Litecoin around $42. And for the longest damn time, and this is, again, it's going to be true of every cryptocurrency, it traded sideways for a long time, and there are all sorts of people that sold and got at my crypto's not doing anything. But then, had you held, you'd be looking at Litecoin over $400 freaking dollars. But that's not how a lot of people behave, and unfortunately, that's how you get wrecked. It's just human behavior. I'm just observing what humans do. Little biological robots. It's silly behaviors, but this is what they're doing, and I see everything that ends up being a pitfall for these people, and then I just don't do it, you know? And so on Litecoin, then somebody named Huddle Zerps asked Blockchain Backer the following. Blockchain Backer, Litecoin is at $388 right now, and this was 4 hours ago. Do you think this is an indicator, if it continues to go, that other lagging alts may too, right before Bitcoin topples over on itself, assuming Bitcoin doesn't break past the 702? So he's saying basically if Bitcoin doesn't shoot up, what might happen? And Blockchain Backer wrote, the optimistic thing we have going for us is how many major altcoins still aren't in all-time highs. This would be a deviation from things we've seen in previous alt seasons, and leads to optimism of more. And so, and I've been talking about that too with this channel, it's just, if this were actually the end, And I'll entertain any idea that somebody's propagating in good faith. Okay, we can just talk through it and see if we think it actually makes sense. The idea of whether or not, like, if we're at the end of the bull market right now, maybe I'm not really convinced of that. I'm definitely not convinced of that. It would be weird, wouldn't it? I've said that before. With only a handful of coins having popped off already, I would have expected a bigger chunk of them to have gone parabolic before Bitcoin hits its all-time high, and then a bunch of coins would go parabolic and hit their all-time highs also after that. But some go before, some go after, and with only a handful having hit them, and some of the ones that hit them barely above their previous all-time highs, I'm just sitting there thinking that just doesn't seem logically correct. Like, I don't think that makes sense, right? That's just what it seems like to me anyway. And here's another tweet from Blockchain Backer. We are about to see all-time high weekly candle closes for the first time for Litecoin and Cardano since the 2017 bull run. Both positive signs for the crypto market, right? And so that's part of the reason I wanted to highlight this. Yes, I'm most excited about XRP. It's my largest crypto holding. But you got to be aware of what else is going on here. This is incredible positive stuff. I am loving seeing these other coins pop off. And I happen to own both of those, Litecoin and Cardano. But I love seeing all of this action happen here. And I firmly believe that every mid and large cap coin is going to have their day in the sun. Look, as far as how long, it's not literally a day, but as far as how long they last, it could be a couple weeks or 3 or 4 or maybe more. Like, you can think about XRP, my gosh, when it went on its real tear in late 2017, it took about 2.5 weeks. So, and it mostly traded sideways in 2017. Just had a couple really big run-ups, with the most notable one being at the tail end of 2017. So for me, I'm just going to sit and hold until the damn thing happens. Well, as soon as it goes completely ballistic, that's when it might be time for Moon Lambo to think about selling. Now this tweet was from yesterday, and I did share it in a video yesterday, but I know not everybody watches all my videos, so I wanted to share it again because it's important. But although not all of you do watch every single one of my videos, you definitely should, and I'm offended that you don't. But anyway, here's the tweet from Blockchain Backer. Half of the altcoin market cap is represented by Ethereum, Binance Coin, and that lovable little doggy coin. All of them have gone to extensions and beyond. Meanwhile, much of the rest of the market still lags behind. So there is some distortion in the balance as 3 coins represent half the market cap. Yeah, exactly. And so you're going to see more and more coins pop off. I firmly believe that anyway. But it looks a bit lopsided in the short term here. But think about what he's writing here. He's talking about how all of these coins have gone past their target extension, or their extensions and beyond. And so it's just like being aware of that. What will that actually mean for XRP? What if it does end up hitting a market cap of whatever Ethereum's ends up being? Because even if you're talking about it hitting the equivalent of Ethereum's, well, what's Ethereum's market cap now? 471 billion, while XRP's is about 75 billion. Oh my gosh, think about the multiplier effect right there. Like, that's going to push us well past all-time highs. And you don't think XRP is going to hit that? No. I think it's coming. If I'm wrong, fine. I personally suspect that it's going to come more likely than not. Don't know for sure, and fine. I always happily acknowledge that if I'm wrong, maybe I lose everything and it all goes to zero. It's risky investing in XRP or any crypto. Okay, fine. But I would be very surprised if we didn't see that happen. Hit its all-time high and then enter a new realm of price discovery. And then there was this tweet from chart analyst Credible Crypto, who simply wrote, "Looking good, XRP." And so you can compare this to a tweet he put out a couple days ago where he wrote, "Run it back turbo, XRP." And then he shared this chart indicating that he was thinking, and I pulled it full screen now in case anyone is looking, where he's thinking XRP price is going to come down to somewhere in this green zone and then rocket on up. And so that was from 2 days ago. Now you look at what happened today. This is an update, and it pretty well did that. You don't know exactly what the time frame is going to look like, but structurally, that is what it did. And it looks like it's heading back up now. So hopefully it keeps going that direction. But we shall see. Even if it doesn't in the short term, we're in a bull market, guys. I am fearful of nothing here. So all good stuff here. The market's on fire. XRP, my gosh, people would have been like ecstatic a year ago if they knew that XRP would even be where it is now. People just would have been ecstatic, and for a good reason. You know, we just went through a multi-year bear market, but still, I just don't think it's done. So you tell me what you think below. What do you think about what these opinions from these chart analysts are? Do you think they're right? Do you think they're wrong? What's likely to occur? Are we going to see a major continuation? What is XRP going to hit this market cycle? Let me know. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.